which protected God's people from corrupting influences, both physical and spiritual. Some of those laws, though, tested the Israelites' loyalty. For example, God's law said that if an Israelite became an apostate, he was to be cut off, executed. Now, if that wrongdoer happened to be a family member, that would certainly be a test of loyalty. Likewise, some of Jehovah's commands may test our loyalty. Since the first century, Jehovah has commanded that we stop keeping company with unrepentant wrongdoers. I invite you to turn in your Bibles to 1 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, and note the clear direction in verses 11 to 13. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 5, starting at verse 11. But now I am writing you to stop keeping company with anyone called a brother who is sexually immoral, or a greedy person, or an idolater, or a reviler, or a drunkard, or extortioner, not even eating with such a man. For what do I have to do with judging those outside? Do you not judge those inside while God judges those outside? Remove the wicked person from among yourselves. Yes, unrepentant wrongdoers are disfellowshipped, and we loyally uphold Jehovah's judgments when we avoid association with the wrongdoer. Now, some in Satan's permissive world may view disfellowshipping as being extreme. However, it is a beneficial arrangement. For by disfellowshipping unrepentant wrongdoers, it helps to keep Jehovah's organization morally clean, and it keeps his name free from reproach. It also protects us from bad associations. And these associations include messages in any form that apostates and others have used to spread wrong ideas. And disfellowshipping the sinner may help him to return to Jehovah. He may realize what he has come to lose: a good relationship with Jehovah and with his people. Rightly then, loyal Christians would not associate with anyone called a brother who is practicing serious sin. To do otherwise would undermine the effectiveness of Jehovah's discipline. And this is true even when no congregation action has been taken, as may be the case when one is inactive. And this can be a real trial when a family member is involved. One young brother, loyalty was tested when his mother, who was inactive, got involved in serious sin. He and his siblings loyally reported matters to the elders. But since she didn't live in home with them, they decided to limit their association with their mother until the elders could handle matters. Quoting the young brother, he said it was the hardest thing they ever did, but they were loyal. We must not allow strong family ties to lead us to compromise loyalty to Jehovah and his organization. In this dramatization that follows, note how loyalty results in a blessing.
Looking back, my parents tried hard to do the right thing, to do things Jehovah's way. But because I didn't have a hatred for what's bad, I couldn't see anything wrong with my choices. This eventually led me to do things I later regretted. I ended up getting disfellowshipped.
Sonia Erickson has been disfellowshipped.
It crushed my whole family. Later, my father explained to me that I couldn't remain in the home because I refused to change my lifestyle. He told me I was having a negative effect on my younger brother and sister. And I'm out of this house. I was determined to do what I wanted. When I left home that day, all I could think about was Eric. I didn't even care. that my parents' hearts were breaking. I didn't think about the devastation and disappointment that I had caused them. I blamed my parents for my situation. I even blamed Jehovah. My family missed me so much, even after all I had done. What helped them to remain loyal to Jehovah for the many years I was disfellowshipped? It was the Bible account of Aaron. Jehovah directly judged 2 of Aaron's sons and put them to death. In this case, Jehovah asked Aaron and his family not to mourn, in order to show the entire nation that they supported Jehovah's judgment. Mom and Dad saw that they needed to be loyal, just like Aaron. They loved me and wanted me to come back to Jehovah. I tried to contact them. I just wanted to talk and to hear their voice. I missed being with my family, and they thought about reaching out to me. But they knew that if they had associated with me, even a little, just to check on me, that small dose of association might have satisfied me. It could have made me think that there was no need to return to Jehovah.
It is normal to feel betrayed and brokenhearted and to deeply grieve when a beloved family member leaves Jehovah. Jehovah understands the feelings of his loyal ones. He knows the pain of losing a family member. Jehovah's reaction to Israel's rebellion gives us insight into how he may have felt when some of his spirit sons joined the devil in rebellion. Regarding his people Israel, the 78th Psalm, verses 40 and 41 says that when they rebelled, they made him feel hurt. They grieved Jehovah. Yet Jehovah is not controlled by sentimentality. Sentimentality can cause our view of love and mercy to become unbalanced. But godly love is balanced by justice and includes a hatred for badness. We can see that in the way Jehovah dealt with those rebels, for he severely disciplined the Israelites. He took action against the wicked spirits, eventually removing them from heaven to protect the rest of his spiritual family. Jehovah's judgments are always beneficial. By reflecting on his loving ways, we can strengthen our resolve to loyally uphold God's judgments. True disfellowshipping can be painful discipline, and it may test our loyalty, but it yields the fruit of righteousness to those trained by it. Notice how this is mentioned in Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 11. I invite you to turn your Bibles there. Hebrews, the 12th chapter and verse 11. It says, "True, no discipline seems for the present to be joyous, but it is painful. Yet afterward, it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." This discipline and training from Jehovah is in the best interest of all, including the wrongdoer. It is a manifestation of Jehovah's great love for us. We need to keep in mind the purpose of divine discipline and abide by Jehovah's command not to have contact with anyone who is disfellowshipped. Brothers and sisters, let us be resolved not to undermine the effectiveness of Jehovah's discipline. But what should we do when someone repents and changes course? Brother Keith Williams, who has been in the full-time ministry for 6 years, will now consider the final part of this supposing. Loyally uphold Jehovah's judgments. Be forgiving.